Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to The Witcher. Foms to you all. If you don't get that joke, it's a bad joke, and be more of a part of Discord. Um, so what's up? How's everybody doing? We haven't played. I don't know about you guys. I haven't played a tabletop RPG in weeks. I think literally the last day that I played one was the day that we all played together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I pretty much. I have like 3 different campaigns that I'm in. All of them got canceled at the same.
Yeah.
Basically.
I played this Monday. Otherwise, last week I had a D&D-less week, and it was horrible.
Yeah, like I definitely did not. I think the last time I played D&D was 2 Wednesdays ago, because last week my daughter was sick. Wednesday I was. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Details are completely lost on me. Actually, it may have been longer than that because before that was when I was supposed to go to Vermont, but everything went fucking sideways. And then
it snowed a lot.
In Vermont, yeah. And then last week was the week that it doesn't matter. My memory can't hold on to that anymore. So
It's been so long. I've got a kid now. I'm a dad.
Yeah. He got pregnated, he gestated, he gave birth.
To a kid?
To a kin, yeah. It started off just like yours, just a little baby, and then it started getting furry, and got a kid now.
Damn. That sucks, man.
Yeah, it was an easy birth though, so.
Okay, well, this all went weird and sideways really fast. I'm just gonna change the subject.
Well, I mean, you're the one wearing a scarf indoors, dude. So.
Yep, it's because I'm cold.
I'm awesome.
It started off weird, so.
Well, I just eat breakfast whenever I eat. It gets me cold. It gets all my extremities get cold.
What?
Yeah, whenever I eat, my belly gets really warm, but my fingers and my feet and everything get really cold, and so I'm like, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's make this less weird again. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Witcher Bloodletting. It's been a while since we played, so let's catch you back up on what happened last. I'm going to let Neil do it because I'm sure he's going to make this weird again.
Last week, we were in the city of Vizima, where we completed a quest to kill a foglet, which turns out wasn't even an ancient foglet, and somehow there's an even more terrifying monster than that out there. We completed it. We're due to get 7,000 gold, I think it is, in a week.
6,000 initially if we wait a week, then another 1,000 if we wait another week.
80,000.
And we were waiting to pick that up when we thought we'd look into some disappearances in the non-human district. There'd been some tensions rising between the non-human and human occupants, each blaming each other for the disappearances. So we looked into it eventually, and we found some common occurrences such as bodies being missing and that sort of thing. Eventually we decided, I think it was Bran found out with his ethereal sight that the bodies were being dragged into into another plane. I don't know what you'd call it.
Ethereal realm.
Yeah, the ethereal realm by some sort of phase spider. And this particular spider feeds on people with greater intellect. And so we decided, all of us decided, that it would be an excellent plan to try and get Bran to demonstrate his superior intellect by splashing around with his big temporal magics.
This was not a group decision, Neil.
And
It
so
really wasn't.
It was not a group decision.
We all pitched in. We all pitched in to trigger Bran because we thought this is the easiest way to draw in the face spider.
I have to interrupt your. Dunce, what did Bastion do to pitch in to trigger him? Yep, that's the appropriate answer. Yep. And Neil, what did Tally Boy do?
Tal had some great comments about how he killed everyone in his village and stuff like that.
And how about Leonard? How'd that happen, Messy?
Well, Bernard isn't around.
Yeah, come on, dude. Get with the times.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God! I meant
Leonard existed.
Luis. I was like, it's an
Oh.
L name.
He was there. He kind of was just very confused and kept asking questions.
Okay.
Which helped compound the fact of Bran's failures. Anyway,
didn't know-
Bran got triggered, and potentially may have caused a little teleportation, and we ended up in Craig again, I believe.
Correct.
At which point we discovered the town was still occupied by witch hunters, but significantly less. Their entire army, ensemble, group had traveled out, seemingly off to some place that we were also headed. Also, we hear. We also found out from some of the individuals in this place that Leonard betrayed us.
He didn't.
We did. And now we're out for blood. We're gonna summon in another great horny furry beast and destroy the entire place. Yeah.
You gotta pay me before I show up.
Oh. And now we're back into the most present moment, which has what's his name there? Bastion, having jumped through a window, tumbled to the ground in a somewhat graceful way. It was more of like a superhero landing, and is chasing after the guard that is trying to escape. You have Luis is not present at all. Actually, I think isn't Luis. No. Yeah, Luis is the one that went off. Tal's the one that went off to have a conversation. And
Conversation.
Luis is there with Bran, helping, mostly watching Bran as he's like, "Is this valuable? Is this valuable? Ooh, is this valuable?" So why don't we pick up with you first, Dunky Dunk? I believe we already did your skill challenge of chasing her.
I believe he got a natty somewhere, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for flying out the window.
Yep, and I believe you already did your skill challenge for chasing her, and so you'd already run, and like speared them to the ground, sort of a thing, similar to what you did in a prior session, long while back when somebody was trying to poison a party member of yours, and you're like, "Shame on you! How dare you poison people?" Now go on, think about what you did. So you just speared them to the ground, and what do you say as you stand over them, or kind of like climbing on top of them?
And I just to make sure, I know about Peter, but I don't know where he is. Right?
Si, senor.
All right. In that case, I'm
And
standing
it's yes, sir,
over
in
here,
Spanish.
and I'm gonna say, "Tell me where this Peter is, or I'll do what I just did to your friend, and don't tell anybody I was here."
Quite the threat.
Do a lot of talking, then absolutely stop afterwards. All right, hold on. Peter. Peter is so my apologies. So she, because it's the one that you had been chasing in spirit to the ground. She's like, held up where Stefan was before. He took over his office. Why? Are you going to try to attack him too?
I'm gonna have a conversation with him at the very least. But that doesn't matter to you. As long as you don't tell anyone I was here, you won't end up like your friend. Is that understood?
All right.
This is like the friendliest intimidate ever.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of like begging over her with a sword in his hand, He's like, she's like, all right then. Yeah, I won't tell anyone you were here. And he just got himself into an accident.
All right. Good. We understand each other. I'm just gonna walk off towards Peter.
Okay, so you kind of like dismount and start walking off towards the main building.
Yep.
Remind me, Neil, where is Tal at the moment?
Tal headed off for Pieter because he was aware that he's taken up Stefan's old office
Yep.
and knows the location of that.
Yep, cool. So you guys will converge there in a little bit. I believe Rick, you never rolled your perception check to see what you found in that building. I just want to confirm.
No, we didn't. Could I also persuade you into rolling Arcana instead? Because this is Malvoon's house and he's got some magical trinkets around, probably. Maybe.
I will allow that so long as you are willing to cast detect magic. Are you? I mean, I know it's a cost. Are you willing to pay that hefty fee?
Oof, I'm gonna need to think about that one. No, that's fine.
Phone a friend. 50-50.
It's at will.
I think I'm
roll Arcana for him.
I don't know, Neil. I think I'm just gonna start peeling off layers for you.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Have a nudie stream.
This is the real Valkyria Chronicles. Oh, did that wake you up?
Will you be my Alicia?
Oh, boy. I've always imagined I'm a bit of a Fabio.
See, I always thought you were more of a Jan. So the 12 is unfortunately not very impressive. There, Rick, and the 15, Luis, for assisting in the search about. So what it is this place has already been somewhat ransacked, right? Not like before, not like his other home where everything was taken. There's nothing to find, right? This place has been somewhat ransacked. So using your detect magic obviously is going to reduce the DC for you considerably. One of the things that you actually do find here is inside of there's an area that's resonating magic. When you go over to like the little box that's kind of like locked up and you open it up, you actually see crystals that you're familiar with. You've seen them before. These happen to be megascope crystals. That are that are sitting onto one of the shelves, but also what you see when you're inside there. So let me just pull this back up. So also what you see when you're inside there, walking about and whatnot, you actually are able to find a pendant. It's almost like it's crystal as well. But not just like a full solid crystal. This one looks as though it's been worked out, actually bored out in the center, and there's a bit of like a stopper or cap to the top of it, and it's connected to a silver chain that you'd be able to wear around your neck. It looks like a type of pendant. It's a strange looking thing indeed, but it's definitely resonating with magic. Specifically, that one's resonating with transmutation magic. The other one's resonating with divination and conjuration, using D&D terms.
I'm afraid I'm now down one arm. My kitten is sleeping on
Oh, that's the best. That's just being uncomfortable for your pet to be comfortable is like the best thing in the world. Like I love when my dog is just like, I'm just gonna get right here, and like her paws like jammed into one of my ribs, and I'm like, for you, sweetheart, sure. Messi's not here, but Luis is. Luis, spotting about for a little while, is actually able to find what's his name's there, Malvoon's deck of cards. And looking like kind of like flitting throughout the deck of cards, is actually able to find a halfway decent what is it called? What do they call
Why
them
does
for?
everyone have a Gwent deck? It doesn't make any sense.
Why does or doesn't?
Why does and does.
Oh, not everybody has one. You've met hundreds of people, and not
Why
everybody's
does
had.
everyone have a Gwent? Whatever. Just give it to me.
So there is a Gwent card in there, a rare card in there, which
Why would you not? If you're a mage who trades and like you're intellectual, surely you'd have a Gwent deck.
yeah, it's kind of like a version of chess.
Like Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyways, so you actually find a rare Gwent card inside there. That's what you guys are able to find searching about for a bit. But then you do...
Oh. Daelric, I don't have a deck.
Yeah.
What do you do now?
You actually, now you have a full deck.
Alright. Sweet.
It's only a little deck though.
Moving on. It's a minimum regulation.
Yeah. Smallest possible.
Yeah.
Still legal though.
So anyways, so you guys are able to find those things looking about, but also at one point in time, roll for me perception checks, the two of you, if you could, please. Actually, you don't have to. Tell me your passive perceptions. My apologies. I'll do the rolling.
16.
Okay.
11.
Oh, okay, I rolled well. So you actually are in there at some point in time. We'll say, what's your name there, Luis? You get this like feeling like you're being watched, and so you kind of like stop what you're doing and you look about, and you don't ever find anybody like watching you or anything like that, but you get this feeling of being watched. And at one point in time, you do hear like a floorboard is going to creak or whatever, but there is no you don't like find anybody there. You don't see anything. It just kind of like gives you this like old house kind of feeling. Like I feel like somebody's watching you, and every time you look or every time you check it out, there's nothing at all. It's just kind of like get into your mind, maybe because you're so far removed from your home and inside a magic place. Whatever it is,
Maybe
it's
because
causing it.
You just picked up a deck of cards.
Yeah, maybe.
And that thing wants it.
Yeah.
Goblin.
What are you? So obviously you're looking through that. And we'll get back to you again in a second, Messy. But Rick, what are you doing now that you found those items?
I'm probably gonna sit with the megascope crystals in my hands for a while and try to like, I don't know, channel my magic through them ever so slightly, just fiddling with them.
Just trying to like get a little bit of a familiarity with them. Do me a favor. Actually, you know what? Don't roll for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it rolls the one, it explodes in his face. That's it. Brand's blind from now on.
Well, so you're trying to channel your magic through it. However, one of the things that you do is, this is like your pretty much your go-to, is you wear a delirium necklace, right? Or however I always forget how to pronounce that.
Dimeridium.
Dimeridium necklace. That's delirium. So
Well, that happens after the wild magic.
So you usually wear a Dimeridium necklace. Now I understand that obviously you're not wearing it while you're, doing some magic-y stuff. Let's not be foolish, right? However, you do always have it on you. And so while you're sitting there and channeling your magics through these crystals, one of the things you notice is that they seem to not be reacting to the magic very well. So, you're kind of like poking and prodding with it, and they seem to be like almost if you imagine if you like lit up a Christmas tree and the lights are kind of like blinking or flickering versus really being fully on. You're like, well, there's some sort of like weak connectivity here. What's causing that? Well, unfortunately, what ends up happening is because you're trying to channel your magic through these three crystals, and there's a kind of like blinking. Could you do me a favor and roll me 3 D100s?
Oh, great.
I hope you like fumbles.
I hope you like low numbers. Except you got 0 low numbers. So one of those crystals immediately starts to crack. Like the
should have worn goggles.
the one that starts to crack eventually like crumbles to dust in your hands, and you're like, what the fuck? And right as that's happening, the other two just instantly start to glow. It goes from flickering kind of energy pulsing through it to literally physically glowing in light. And that light grows in brilliance faster, and then just before you can even react enough to get rid of them, they end up exploding. Now, you have some minor reaction. You can still make me a dexterity save for half.
I cast shield.
Put your hands in front of your eyes and take the full damage. You don't want to go blind.
You fool.
Well, I hope you only liked one of your eyes.
Oh, jeez.
Daelric, wait, can I interject?
Please, you go right ahead.
Am I close enough nearby to notice exploding crystals?
I mean, yeah, you all of a sudden you'd be like wherever you're in a room like adjacent, not like in that room. Let's say you're like in the doorway to the room adjacent, and all of a sudden you see like your shadow being cast on the thing you're looking at, and you like look up, and the whole room around you is super bright, and you look back the other way, and you see he's holding these crystals, like oh shit, and try to like throw them, but they still explode when they're in his hands, and you see these crystals like daylight bright. How do you react, sir?
Well, it doesn't seem like I can help. He's still holding him. I can't like shoot his hands off. Can I tackle him? Like, can I? Hold on. Do I have anything? I don't think I have any. I was gonna say I thought I had
Zephyr
a
striking.
I was thinking about Zephyr striking. No. Can I?
Across the distance, slice them both in half.
if he can't even throw them out of his hands, there's no way I can even react.
I doubt it.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, so when I say you can't throw, he like, it's one of those, like, they're like still right here when they go off. You know what I mean? So if you want to try to trigger a Zephyr Strike, pull an arrow, and shoot one, so it kind of like gets away a little, I'd let you try to do some sort of tomfuckery. Sure, go ahead. You describe to what you want to do, and I'll let you try to do something.
Can't wait for the natural one.
Me too.
Yeah, you shoot out Brand's other eye.
Let me see if I even have a spell slot.
I just heard what you said.
Oh, I do have a spell slot. Okay. All right. So I see the everything goes like bullet time as he's throwing these crystals out of his hands, and I've instinctively already pulled out. As soon as I started seeing my shadow, I got scared, and I instinctively pulled out my bow and arrow. And
Are you crying?
yeah, I see the crystal coming out, and I just feel like I need to do something because he might get some damage done. So I'm gonna Zephyr Strike. Not what I wanted to do. I meant the spell one. Hold on. There we go.
Still though, that damage, holy shit.
I think that's max.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So I do the spell, which gives me an advantage, and it does extra damage. But I'm going to try. I'm assuming I have to sharpshoot because it's so small.
I mean, sharpshoot is one of those things where you take a. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because you're taking a -5. That's not sharpshoot. That's the. No, it's a high.
That's the sharpshooter feature.
Yeah,
But by having the sharpshooter feat,
Okay, so I don't need
you're
it.
like a normal marksman might take a -5 in their attempt to hit it, but because you're a sharpshooter,
Yeah.
your
His hand's not
extreme-
providing cover, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Probably did Zephyr Strike, but I'll still do it. I already clicked it.
I mean, you already got so much extra damage. What the fuck? Why not?
Yeah, I'll just.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. So are you gonna take the -5 for extra damage, or are you just gonna go for the attack
To.
with your
I'm not
sharp?
trying-
Because you have advantage.
I'm just trying to shoot some crystals with my arrow.
Yeah. Just saying. What are you trying to do with that?
What Scott hasn't told you while he's trying to persuade you to deal more damage is any damage this crystal takes is going to be shattered out into the area.
Oh,
I'm trying to physically destroy it before
This
it's
isn't
magic.
Black Panther's outfit, okay?
Does that make sense? Is everyone on the same page as me? Is this making any kind of D&D
Yeah,
logic?
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
Go for
Okay.
it.
All right, so I'm just gonna roll, and I'm gonna try to blow up the crystal with the arrow before the magic makes it detonate.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay,
Seems
so
like
I'm
you're
gonna,
achieving the same means through a different method. I'm gonna be honest.
well,
I just can't wait to roll some daddy one and it just goes through your wrist. Ah! 'Tis the season!
because I like that visual, I'll roll sharpshooter for the extra damage, and we'll see what happens. Do you feel comfortable with this, Rick?
You've got no
No,
time. You've got no time to discuss. You got to go or not.
That's right.
It's
Look at
22
that.
to hit.
He did a friggin' sharpshooter throw. A shot, sorry. And he got there, rolled a 19. That's crazy. All right. So you roll your damage. Click that longbow sharpshooter. And technically speaking, this is the first round. Oh, would surprise or matter against an inanimate object?
No.
Yeah.
You can't surprise a crystal.
But
Yeah.
I will re-roll my Zephyr damage if you'd like.
No. You rolled it. Like, you cast a spell. I'll give it to you. That's 25 points of damage in this one shot. That's crazy. That's good. So, you knock your arrow. I will say that you succeed. Describe it.
Are there 2 crystals? Shit.
You succeed for one of the crystals. My apologies.
Oh god. Okay. Well, that makes it a little easier. So I guess as he's the closer one, then whatever side I'm on, as he's throwing them out of his hands, I see it and I see it flashing, and I know if I don't do something, it'll probably explode. So I quickly just the arrow flies and it smashes into the crystal, and basically I'm assuming the arrowhead and the crystal are both completely destroyed. Just a big explosion of sparkles and glitter everywhere,
Yeah.
and it does no damage.
Yep. It's one of those explosions that like kind of dazzles you, or dazes you for a moment, but doesn't actually do physical damage. It's actually like a safe kind of like firefight, like my eyes for a second, but not like My eyes for life.
Like a small flashbang.
Yeah, exactly. However, there was another crystal that was going to go off, and Rick rolled a 5 on his dexterity saving throw. So, Rick, I am sorry about this. You're at least going to take less damage because he took care of one of the crystals for you.
What a good friend.
I did a lot.
So, I rolled such garbage. I rolled horribly.
Let's go.
Jesus.
I rolled 3 2s and a 1.
Nice.
Welcome to my world.
Wait, was it 3d6?
It was 4d6.
36.
Oh.
It could have been 8d6, but you took like a fireball, but you took care of that for him. So, wow, I rolled so horribly, Rick. And
Die, Rick.
and the explosion ends up filling your arm and hands and everything with so much shrapnel of the metal that you actually start to, like, it's one of those things where after you kind of like come to, you're like, you look at your hands, your arm, a little bit of your chest, that you're bleeding profusely from the areas, all the different wounds that you have. By that I mean you're losing a health point a round right now. What do you do, sir?
That sounds real bad. I'm just gonna cure wounds at 2nd level.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have an easy antidote for that.
Is that on
Oh no!
I rolled on a D100 chart. All right, so you heal back all the damage you just took. All those crystals inside of you just kind of like work their way out as the skin behind them like seals up and pushes on them, and they just kind of like push their way out, and then just kind of tink, 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 tink. Much like, what movie was that where they just like the bullets push? Was it Terminator 2, right?
Wolverine.
Oh, Wolverine. There you go. It's like Wolverine, where they kind of like falling on the ground next to you as you're healing up from your spell. That could have been much worse. However, before you go into the social interaction with one another, Rick, could you just do me a favor? Roll me an Arcana check real quick. You know what? Okay,
You already rolled it.
too late.
Snooze, you lose.
You come to realize that the reason why that likely happened was because you can almost feel like the pulsing, in your purse or wherever it was that you hold the necklace, that the Demetrium. Did I say it wrong again?
Yes.
Yeah,
What is it again?
Dimeridium.
Dimeridium. I gotta just write it somewhere. Do it
You
from
really
memory.
do.
The Dimeridium that you had with you, that's likely what caused the pulsing of energy that inevitably led to this.
Great. Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
Shouldn't have had that magnet in your pocket when you're playing with your Game Boy.
Yep. More or less. It's all
Your
right.
saves.
Well, that just wiped my bank account again.
How'd that wipe your bank account?
Oh, magnets, bank card.
Oh,
Might be not
sorry. Sorry.
magnetic.
When you were in school, did you ever put magnets on the school computers to mess with them?
Wow.
No.
Because I'm not a dick.
Oh man, when we were in middle school, I remember one of my friends came in with those like cutesy like magnets you put on your fridge that have like little phrases, like so many of them. It was like layering them around because they were like the old crappy like, I'm talking about computers that you just like plop on your desk and put the monitor on top of it. So put so many. It never did anything though. You know what I mean? It was one of those like you put it against the monitor, it made the monitor get all wonky. But anyways. I'm gonna ruin magnets. Ruin computers. I'm gonna ruin it, man. Yeah. Real magnets ruin computers, not that. Like, go to the science lab, then you can get something. Anyways, Rick, do you say anything?
Ow. I just sit there and gather my senses for a moment. Obviously, I'm not going to speak up about the fact that I just blew myself up.
So, do you carry bombs with you often?
Well, if you ask the other people, the witch hunters, they'll tell you that I'm a walking bomb, but that's propaganda.
Is it though?
Propaganda.
Is it? feel like that's just Luis's catchphrase. Everyone says it's like this, but it's not. I'm like, you sure?
Well, so you more or less you found the 2 items. Unfortunately, one of them ended up getting blown up from experimentation and a party fumble. So the good news is that you already had a megascope of your own, and now you know the dangers of trying to use that megascope while carrying your.
I still don't know how to use the
Necklace.
bloody thing. I just know what not to do.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You know what? And that's how we learn how to do, is by learning what not to do.
Fucking chat. Every time we get a method of transportation, it's like, oh, let's fuck with that shit.
Well, you have a megascope. You could totally try with it.
Bran, we still have you.
All right. So flashing across town to Tal. Tal, do you walk up to the front door of the facility?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go walking up, and one of the guards that's there doesn't recognize you. Like, what you about then?
My name's Talabast. I worked with Stefan. I heard that I could join up here. I'm here to speak to Peter.
All right then. Opens the door and we'll just let you in.
Traitor.
I'll head up and
Up the stairs.
head up and knock on the office.
Okay. So when you open up you hear like a come in office door, you open it up and you see the pronounce it how you like, Petir, Petir, is how I was saying it. So when the door opens up and you see Petir sitting there, Petir is actually younger than you would expect. They look like they might be in their late teens, definitely no older than their early 20s. Very well put together. Actually, Stefan was put together because of like the high rank and whatnot that they were, but this person's almost like put together better than Stefan was. We mean every crease perfectly set, not a single wrinkle in their clothing, every strand of hair perfectly in place, and that's practiced smile of somebody that just knows how to always keep a delightfully blank face. And so when you go walking in to the place and they greet you with that same smile, they look to you for like a moment or two, let you kind of settle, and it almost dawns on them, and they say, Talabast.
That's right. I worked with Stefan.
Yes, I recall your work vividly.
Yes, well, I heard it bore some fruit in the nearby camp.
You're referring to that. I wouldn't say that was your work so much as somebody else's, but...
Sure. Call it what you like. I heard that you,
You alone.
I am now, yes. I heard that you,
Are you in
were-
town alone?
yes.
Nods.
I heard that you were, still holding out an offer for, recruitment.
Well, there's always room to expand. We did, of course, lose a few men due to the actions of some. I suppose we won't say names right now. What do you want?
Let's be civil. Perhaps we could share a drink, me and Stefan did back in the day, when we were still on negotiating terms. And we can discuss. I'll have you know that I am probably worth 10 of your men. And I don't just mean that in brawn, I mean that in brains. Not every one of your men knows how to track a draconid, let alone a dwarf, an elf, and I've had plenty of experience of that. I know how they think. He's gonna hold out his hand, clearly waiting for a drink.
Yep. He will gesture over towards because it's his Stefan's old office, gesture over towards the bar and say, "You're welcome to one. I think I'll pass."
He'll go out and pour himself, but he won't sit down this time. He'll pour himself one out in a glass.
I will not deny the fact that you've been trained. You know what you're doing, and you've traveled with a interesting group for a while. Why do you want to join?
Well, were you at the camp? Did you see what happened?
You were not.
Yes, I asked you a question.
You were not at the camp.
Were you?
I had my orders.
That's why I want to join. Make sure this sort of thing happens. And he's gonna hold up the glass. Happens how it should. And then he's gonna adjust the grip and smash it into the side of his head.
Oh,
And then he's just gonna go to town and start beating him to death.
Well, that's an initiative.
Yeah.
But before you roll that initiative, I need a deception.
That's fair.
Do you?
I do.
Do you? He seems pretty.
Now's the time for a party fumble. Quick, before he rolls stuff.
Too late. Too late.
no fumbles now. We're done with the transportation and teleportation fucking for a while.
He goes to smash the glass, misses, hits the wall, shards of glass in his hand, just starts bleeding. He's like, right then. I'll be off.
So it's the shakes.
Play it off.
Should have sipped it sooner.
Just kidding. So anyways, so you do kind of have him thinking. It's kind of like one of those things where his eyes trail off to like kind of like he's listening to you. He's kind of like in his own head thinking, calculating whatever it is. And then all of a sudden you were able to roll initiative with advantage because you did catch him off guard.
Let's go.
So just roll twice, take the higher of the two, you know how it works.
Cool.
Oh wow.
21.
Cool. You can adjust that. And I'll just use this mini right here. This not so many. Boop, sorry. Go away, you. Thank you. Oop. That's awesome. So anyways, we got a 5 and a 21. So you crushed it in the initiative. So you're going to take the glass and smash him in the side of the head with it. Now, what I'm going to allow the smash in the side of the head to do is, first of all, it's an attack roll, but it'll have an additional effect. So make your attack roll.
It's
And
small,
you
so
do
I can
have
do it
you
with
do
dex.
have because of the disadvantage, all that stuff. I will give you advantage on that first attack roll. And yes, you're talking about improvised weapons. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trained in improv.
It has an effect. You spill your drink. Too bad.
Oh, I can't roll that with advantage if I'm rolling it there. Let me just roll it again. Or can I roll it with advantage? A 2d10? 2d20?
Slash roll 2d20 DL1.
Slash roll 2d20
DL1 plus 4.
plus 4. Do there have to be any spaces?
Nope. Just between roll and 1. And 2, sorry. Oh! What the? You see this? That's the...
The 1 and the 20.
Oh, you gotta love when that happens. So sexy. You're like, I avoided that. Okay, well, you critical hit with your little glass. You can do your damage, sir.
What will it be?
Improvised small weapon. What's that? A D4.
Yeah, I think so.
And then you can also don't forget if you want to use your bonus action to add to that.
Oh, yeah.
Just increase it.
Deft strike.
Yeah.
Let me have a look. I don't think that is.
Unless you'd rather use your bonus action to continue wailing harder.
One with the blade. Deft strike. When you hit your target with a Kensai weapon, it's not Kensai. Okay. Where's that dice? 2d4 plus 4. 7 damage. And this will also, I'll spend a key point to make it a stunning strike. So Constitution saving throw for him against my saves, which is 14.
Okay, so you're going to use Stunning Strike with that. Thank you very much. So it's going to be 14 points of damage, Stunning Strike.
No, not 40.
Sorry,
7
7 points of damage because you rolled the... Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
And Stunning Strike, so I'll roll my modifier now. It's going to be this. Right, nope, this. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? I rolled a natty 1. Okay. Let me roll one more thing.
This is going so well.
Yeah, so well. I'm joking, I rolled a natty
It
1.
has to for someone.
So the first save he failed, which is against the Stunning Strike, so he's not going to be he's going to be stunned. My apologies. The second save he made, which is against the blinding effect of like the glass, the liquor, and all that stuff going into his eyes, so he's not going to be blinded. It is still your turn. You've used your bonus action, yes, but you still
No.
have another attack.
No, I've used an attack. No bonus.
Oh, okay,
action.
gotcha. Okay, you go with the rest of your turn, sir.
Okay. So he's stunned, so I have advantage, correct?
Yeah.
So second part of multi-attack, Tal's going to punch him in the face again.
Wow. Okay, that's ridiculous. Another fucking 20.
Yeah.
Gotta love advantage, right?
I don't think I can death strike this because when you hit with a Kensai weapon, yeah,
Death Strike is a bonus action. Yeah.
it's not a bonus action.
What?
Stop living in the old days.
Oh, I keep confusing it with what Eric had.
Yeah.
Your Kensai with Eric's Kensai. Always confuse the two. Because I played with his for so long, you know?
Yeah, I know.
All right, so 7 total, get 16 total. Do your third attack.
I'm then gonna flurry of blows. So that's key point. So I can do 2 unarmed strikes as my bonus action.
Yep. That's going to be a hit. A boy sitting at a desk. It's going to be a hit, you know? So did I say 16 now becomes 23?
That might be a miss.
Okay. 23 points of damage.
But do I Witcher sense it?
Oh, that's
No,
it's up
we
to you.
don't need to.
No, we won't.
Next turn, you're just gonna murder him anyway.
All right, and then because it is a he's stunned. Unfortunately, he can't do anything on his turn. So that loops us back around to your turn.
Lovely.
Do you want to just go ham again?
Yeah, let's just murder him.
Okay.
Is he still stunned?
No, it
He's
wears
one-
off at the end of his
one
turn.
turn. is it?
Correct.
Okay, right. Let's make a punch then without advantage.
Not that that matters.
That will be a stunning strike again, so he has to save against that.
Okay. 1 second. Bam. And don't suck. I got an 8 total.
And then one more on the multi-attack.
You hit.
And then
That's 40 points of damage.
a flurry of blows.
Fuck, dude. This guy is. Woo.
At this point, Bastion's gonna come in and just pull him back. It's like he's already dead. He's already...
46. I mean, you already spent the key point. Might as well do another one, right?
But it
Oh,
won't be a hit.
unless you want to switch or sense it.
No.
Okay, describe that massacre to me, because I have an image in my head, but I'm curious how it goes in yours.
So Tal smashes this glass into him, and I imagine he turns and collapses half onto his desk with the impact, and then he starts looking back and bam, straight in the face, and then again another one in the face, and then Tal pulls him up towards him, punches him in the stomach, and then brings him for an on the side of the head to floor him.
Okay, there you go. So the head just knock him out cold. So it's one of those you hit him in the side of the head, clearly knock him unconscious, but what kills him is that sickening thud to the ground below. Back of the head to the ground. Done. All right, so right as he's hitting the ground, the door opens up. Bastion right there. Like you open up the door and you see like Tal standing there. He's breathing a little heavy. You know what I mean? Just not because he's like lost emotion or like that, but you know he was just fighting and whatever. He's breathing a little heavy. There's a little bit of glass stuck to his now bloodied knuckles, and he you see a head from behind the desk. It's just kind of like off to the side, sticking out from behind the desk. The rest of the body hidden by the desk itself, and a bit of blood pooling by the head.
So,
And with that, we will take our break. We'll
Quite
see.
the speech.
What was that?
I said quite the speech.
Yeah. We'll see everybody in just a couple of minutes. All right. Be right back.
Oh dear.